There are a lot of anime games on Roblox, some good and some not so good, but all anime games on Roblox have their fair share of issues. Today I will be talking about the worst things in every Roblox anime game. Please note that this is my opinion. If you have your own opinions, put them in the comments and let me know. First game, Blox Fruits. The worst feature in my opinion in Blox Fruits is the progression, the grind of Blox Fruits. We all can agree that Blox Fruits is a very grindy game. It takes many hours to reach even level 1500, which is the level to reach 3rd seed. Blox Fruits has improved over the years, but it still has the same progression with add-ons like the law raids and other ways to progress your fruits such as awakenings and etc. However, Blox Fruits is not the only one with this problem. As you guys know, that game is Grand Peace Online. The worst thing about GPO is the progression as well, but for a different reason. Blox Fruits has tons of content to explore and do, and it is really easy to access fruits, which is another reason why the game is more popular than GPO at this current point. GPO, however, has way less content, and with every update comes similar content, a new island followed with a new boss, and probably one new event. And with that, kills the joy of actually progressing in the game. Like Blox Fruits, GPO takes a very long time to grind, but unlike Blox Fruits, you will probably stay on the same island for an unhealthy amount of time. Most players don't even try to play the main game anymore since Battle Royale's out there. Now, I would talk about King's Legacy, but it basically has the same core issues as every Roblox One Piece game,
except they made the grind quicker.
A One Piece game. I have a video explaining my ever-loving hatred for this piece of garbage.
You know I had to do it too.
Now, onto a Demon Slayer game, Project Slayers. The worst thing about Project Slayers before the new update, and even sorta after, is the lack of content, which is kinda not the devs' fault. Because Demon Slayer is an anime with only 2 seasons, there is not much content to be added to the game. That Mugen Train was just added and honestly was a great addition to the game. Besides that, the worst thing I can think of is the way you obtain your breathing. Now, in Project Slayers, to obtain your breathing, it is very simple. You grind for the win. The problem is that every breathing in the game is very similar in the way you obtain it. You split a boulder, you do push-ups, maybe target train, and then you fight a hard boss that will drive you mentally insane because you're not getting the drops you want. On to the next game, ABA, which is still to this day the best fighting battle royale game to ever grace the Roblox platform.
Golden, get in the car,
The worst thing about ABA is, you guessed it, the balancing. ABA is very imbalanced. We know this already. We know ABA is unbalanced. With every update comes a new female character from a random anime or Fate, and it absolutely destroys ranked, and at this point, I think the devs are trolling. Where's the characters we actually want? Next game is Shindo Life. Shindo Life's biggest problem could be a multitude of things, or the identity crisis the game has with every update. But still, I think each of the issues just comes with the game not being able to actually be Naruto. Because of copyright issues, I mean, that's the main reason why Shinobi Life 2 got clapped.
to the cock.
Next game is YBA. I mean, there is one very glaring issue when it comes to this game: the updates.
What more do you want from me?
YBA takes absolute months to update. Now, Oscu and other YouTubers have made their claims on Uzuki, owner of YBA, so I'm not going to bash him much more. But yeah, it's an absolute shame that out of a whole year, YBA can only manage a decently sized update and a few skin updates that do absolutely nothing for the game. Now, on to the first category of the video, simulators, aka the mindless click this and get power games. But let me tell you my biggest issue with it: the lack of an actual respect for the players. Like, the more you spend, the more you get type formula.
Literally every Roblox anime game does this. I don't even know why I said it.
All-Star Tower Defense. Biggest issue with ASTD is the quality of updates, which is the main reason I stopped playing. Anime Adventures, another tower defense game, does a similar thing as well. Every character in a sense is just a reskin version of the last character that just came out a few weeks ago. Another category is next, Dragon Ball games. The worst thing about Dragon Ball games is probably the fact that none of them are ever going to surpass Final Stand. Now, I say that to say this: I would love for a Dragon Ball game to surpass Final Stand, just none have the same spark that Final Stand had years ago. Most are just following the same Dragon Ball Rage formula. I really wish games like Zenkai Origins really took the time to truly put it together an inspiring Dragon Ball game. Man, that game had so much potential. We say it all the time when talking about Dragon Ball games, but when will that quote ever end? We may never know. Attack on Titan games, man, it's gonna get crazy. The worst thing about AOT games is the fact that they're based off AOT.
Are you fucking dumb?
Now, before you attack me in the comments, let me clarify one thing. Most AOT games have you play as a Titan Slayer and spin around chopping at names for days, which is technically the perfect representation of AOT. But the problem with this is the fact that it gets very repetitive very fast. And with each quote-unquote new AOT game, it is basically the same thing over and over again. And occasionally you'll get a game like Titan Warfare, a good AOT game that died simply because of a lack of good updates. I don't think AOT games are bad, I just think they're doomed to fail because of the general gameplay loops each one seems to follow, because without a storyline, there's really not much you can really do. Next game, AUT. There has been so many vids talking about the problems that plague AUT. When the game first came out, it was the serious bugs and the glitches that riddled the game when it was released. The game's biggest problem from the beginning was the hype. It was too much for the devs to handle, and it ended up costing the game's longevity on the platform. Anime Dimensions. I swear to you, you could play this game for an hour and figure out the main issue. Repetitiveness. It's as simple as that.
Bro, why is the game called Anime Dimension Simulator, bro?
2,000 Robux for a freaking Ichigo, bro?
Know your fucking place, trash.
A Reborn. I mean, I guess it was the lack of updates and broken characters. Like, literally, Kaneki was broken before and after the patch, and then update 1 dropped and literally nothing else came after that. Lumion Legacy. Well, if you are a Lumion Legacy player, you definitely know where this is going. Lumion Legacy, biggest issue definitely has to do with the devs not updating the game in a good amount of time. It takes way too long for new battle theaters to get released and new areas to get launched as well. Lumion Legacy will never be Big Bronze, but still, in order to convince people that the game is worth playing, the devs must provide good updates and good events, which to be honest just isn't enough of. Doodle World. Although it hasn't been out as long as Lumion Legacy, it will have to live up to Project Pokemon, as well as Lumion Legacy will have to live up to Big Bronze. Reaper 2. Like most other Bleach games, the progression is absolutely horrendous in my opinion, but the combat is good. That is the story for most Bleach games on the platform. The Bandit Breeder formula simply works, so you can't blame the devs, but in my opinion, this is the main issue. Like I said in my video 5 months ago, the only reason why people still play this game to this day is because all the other Bleach games that aren't CC are either dead or canceled or are literally scams. Like, bro, rip to the Bleach community, seriously. Deep Woken. I would include this game, but whoa, it's not an anime game. But there are many in-depth vids out there talking about why Deep Woken has issues. Games that are releasing in the future. Well, we need you to release, please. Save us from this infinite drought of Roblox anime games. Seriously. Save us. Any devs working on a game right now, make sure your game is good, please. But that is it. This was, in my opinion, the worst thing about every Roblox anime game.
But all in all, these devs make good games for us to play. I just wanted to criticize, and most of this videos was jokes at the end of the day. My tester chances are probably 0 now, but hey, it is what it is. I don't hate any of the devs or games in this video, and like I said, if you have any of your own opinions, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed, I really appreciate it if you drop a like and sub to the channel. We are trying to hit 10k subs, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. And also, if you want a best things in every Roblox anime game, please let me know. And yeah, I'm out.